Bruh.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no! Bruh.
Hey, traders. Welcome to, I don't know, early stream. There's price action. I mean, Bitcoin is up $31 on the day based on the context. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty good, right? I mean, where we were down to $8,900. That made sense because at the time, right, during the stream, there was no edge on the market, right? We were yesterday just seeing positive Momo waning, pretty nasty, just like blah. And so that was kind of implied, right? But we knew on the next wave down, that is where we could start seeing classic bullish divergence. And so, yeah, I've got a Fibonacci drawn. I've got an anchor point X to A, of course, but then B to C. And I guess there are just two different confluence areas. The strongest, craziest one being right down around 88.50. But I guess there was another one, the 1414 and 786, which is the confluence zone. Right, that's what you can see this blue line and pink line. The pink line's the 1414. Right here, that's how we signify this little part of the harmonic, right, B to C. And then the 786 from X to A up there, if you didn't know that. So that confluence area that was pretty much hit once, or maybe technically not even at all, but almost, it was certainly at this time. And where did the reversal really happen? Sure, you had price action, not where traders settled up there, right? And so big engulfing candle is really what helped usher in this divergence, or help it mature, whatever. And it's just like X, A, B, C, D stuff now, right? Where it's dragon-esque. But the thing is, there's more to it than that. And you don't have to, like, the beauty of harmonics is you don't have to fib. You don't have to use Fibonacci, like the way I'm doing it here. And it just makes things busy. But again, showing that's like how you learn, right? If you see a harmonic, you know how to do it, right? And then you see someone anchor, all right, how do you get this right here, this 786, right? The structure, the low to high, 786, perfect. And then, again, if you want to see the this right here, how does this work? You go from the anchor point, the low point of the structure, to the high point for C, right? Because remember, Fibonacci is like reading a book in the English language. You can never go right to left. You have to go left to right. So left to right, that's your previous peak. That's the highest one, right? From the low. So that's how you get your fib extensions. That's the 1414. All right? Whatever. Started out with a little bit of a Fibonacci harmonic education. I don't know. Who cares? No one cares about that, right? I understand. But look what's happening, right? We fell out that 1 month large demand line. We broke it finally with candle close confirmation last night after the stream, and then we got some follow through, and now we have reversed, and we are merely back testing it as a resistance when it at one time was support. So it is not over at all, right? Bulls are not out of the neck of the woods at all, because we're still building negative momentum on the daily, though it does look like a hammer at this current time. You've got to get back above this. You got to get above the 200 moving average, and certainly a new local high created, which was from June 12th, right? This is like, if it's X, A, B, C, then D must, this wave of D is going to break to the levels you'd think it'd go to, the 618786 up here. It's got to break 95. I mean, at least we're traders settled up 9,500. All right, so you still got a ways to go, man. But hey, the good news is the divergence has just begun. You're not even showing positive momentum yet. So, I mean, being optimistic here on Bitcoin, right? If we start building positive Momo again, the sky's the limit. Assuming the demand's there, market participants could push this much higher. Again, that's a big if, right? Always is. It's like everything, the stage can be set for the bulls, but there has to really be underlying demand there too. So we're just hoping that the TA will be respected, this divergence will play out, and we'll eventually do something like, look, man, just think about it, right? Like, I mean, the target here is a bearish cipher. So the target truly is 9,800, right? Look, man, even if you're bearish, this is okay, right? Because you just painted a lower low. You run up, you hit these 786. This might be somewhere where if someone's short here, okay, and they're truly bearish and they hate Bitcoin, whatever their issue is, whatever they think, this might be an area, a lower risk, high reward opportunity for a short. Because then think about it. You've got a low here, you've got a high here, you've got a lower high, and you could get a consecutive lower high again. And at the same time, people are thinking, oh man, it's over, we're back in it, we're going to take over again. But little do they know, there could be another harmonic setting up for lower prices on a third consecutive lower high up at 9,800. So that's something to take into consideration at least. But again, you'll never get there. if you don't break this old demand line that's being used as supply line right now, okay? Whew. So that's it, man. That's like what's, oh my God. And no one's saying anything to me about that, really? Price? Thanks. Can you move it over? Yeah, now I see it. Wow. That never happens, man. I mean, that's like, I don't have it up like that because if I'm doing like actual charting, like I don't like charting with my huge watch list over there, you know. I like having a huge canvas. Sorry about that. God. Can't catch a break, can I? I go live early just to give some, you know, updates on what's happening, why it happened. You know, I mean, I feel like yesterday the analysis was apt enough to where you are not confused why there's a rally today. You can't be. I mean, we're talking about what could happen, man. So the 60-minute, we'd be waiting for the 60-minute. It could create divergence. Remember the bat? Yeah, you remember this little bat? Hold on. The bat that hit the PCZ but went lower with price action, but not really much where traders settled up, right? After the wicks, okay, traders settled up around the 886, all right, kind of double bottoming at the 786 and the 1414, and you got the rally, all right? So, but something happened on the 60-minute, if you can even believe it, inside, you know, this little bat. Sorry, hold on. Or I could almost leave it like that and it would look fine, but that's for the 4 hour. Well, look what happened first. It all started, you could definitely argue it could have started right here. 60-minute divergence. I mean, it's looking pretty clear like on both oscillators, right? And then it shifts to the 4 hour. I mean, it cascaded over and helped the 4 hour divergence mature. All right, and now what you're praying for, if you're bullish, right? If you care about Bitcoin's uptrend resumption, you're looking at the daily now, and you're hoping that this daily that could very well be a bullish pin bar or hammer if it closes here, dude. There's so much time left, right? There's no confirmation at all, like none. So. But what I was thinking was maybe if we sold off down here and made a higher low than 8,700, we'd be getting hidden bullish divergence. But it doesn't look like the oscillator budged at all. So we're probably not going to get that. You know, it would only end up maybe being convergence because it's a higher low with higher levels of relative strength. Yeah, so that was kind of my thought. If we got bullish divergence on the 4 hour, then maybe by that time the RSI on the daily would be lower than this 46.6 area, and that would be what we needed. But that's okay. I mean, like, you know, you don't have to have hidden bullish divergence to continue the upside. Bullish convergence happens all the time. But I guess at this point, it's like, can we or will we get back above this old demand line on a pretty amazing little fake out here on the daily? That's some nice price action down there. I mean, a lot of people probably FOMO'd short, sold their position low, and this rally's occurred, and now people are just scratching their heads like, what do I do now, man? All right, what the heck? Well, remember, I mean, this is something that is certain. Your trend is certainly bullish and intact until 8,700 is broken to the downside with daily candle close confirmation. That's real. There are really barely any certainties in markets, but dude, the certainty of a trend, we know what they are, right? They're consecutive lower highs, or sorry, consecutive higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And someone even asked in Discord, is the trend over since we made a lower high? Certainly not. There's price contraction all the time in uptrends. There's some distribution that goes on in uptrends all the time across all markets. But I'll say this, like if you make a lower high and then after that lower high, you then in turn make a lower low than your previous low, sure, you can say the trend is in jeopardy or over. Yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. I've heard this song like 5 trillion times. I like this one because it reminds me of Mama Gamma, Alan Parsons' project, but it's 2020 or something. Are y'all there, chat? I mean, is this thing on? I know it's not regularly scheduled programming time, but again, This may have something to do with the equities market, which we're going to look at right now. And money printer go burr. Grandma was short on the market, right? Anytime grandma's short, you know it probably isn't going to go the way grandma thinks, right? All right, let's head back. Well, let's head over to the S&P 500. Money printer go burr. Session highs today, right now as we speak, 3,045, getting back above that 3,000 critical 3,020 area. Look left, you know what it is, man. What it is. S&P. Maybe it's going to be a jive turkey for us, right? You stay above. Look, it's not just the overhead major support resistance from history. It is also the 200-day moving average, right? Any pivot here and a close above that could be very good. I mean, that would lead you to believe the next target could be a back test to 3,000. Anytime you fall below a support, chat, and then you break back into it, there is always a decent chance that even when you break back above that support, you're gonna back test it on a new candle, right? So today, if this all stays the same, tomorrow or within the week, we could back test 3,020 to confirm its validity as an actual support before you run again to the next resistance, which would be 3,153. You look left, there's nothing above you here until that area, but we knew that the first time, right? If you break above 3,020, there's nothing there till 3,150, and then after that, you just gapped up above that because that's not really that strong of a resistance.
Thank you for coming online and helping us make sense of the moves. Is it a good idea to spread trades on both sides, up and down, at this time?
Up and down at this time? I mean, like, well, you know, are you saying have a short and a long? I mean, what's your plan? I mean, anytime one takes a trade, you have to answer a set of questions, right? And it's like, so if you're gonna go short, what's your edge? Well, you know, you got the daily bearish divergence, you got the weekly hidden bearish divergence, you got the wedge. I don't know, man. I mean, like, you think about it like this. Aren't you always on one side if you have a hold account, right? If you hold Bitcoin and you don't touch it because you believe in the technology, you're always long. And so, like, if the edge on the market's bearish, then one can have a short that's hedging against their long position, and that's protecting your gains, right? And so, like, in the end, you know, if you believe in Bitcoin and you've got your hold account, the other account is to preserve the capital of your hold account, right? So that depreciates in value while one's short. They're not losing anything. You're just kind of, right? It's washing out. It's just protecting. It's hedging, right? Like, this is what you're asking, right? Trades on both sides. I don't know about trades on both sides, but again, that's like the mentality of the investor, right? Like, you have a long account through the ups and the downs, through the crashes and the historical rallies. And so, yeah, one can buy puts to protect themselves. But dude, I don't know about this money printer stuff, all right? And I don't know what to tell you about trades on both sides, up and down at this time, right? I don't really ever do both trading up and down at the same time, okay? I'll be long on something, and if I want to try to protect it because I think there's an edge for downside, then I would go short or buy puts or something, right? And then offload that position when I feel like, hey man, maybe this selling's done, and then the long can resume, right? And, you know, the position can continue to accumulate, or, you know, not accumulate, but appreciate in value. I mean, DeGraff, it could have. My God, that'd be stupid though, right? I mean, look, at any point, if you start really right now, if this asset starts reversing, and it hit the 236, by the way, again, so that's the shallowest retrace from your lowest low to your highest high, 23%, right? We know that Fibonacci node very well, right? What it signifies, what it means. And normally, it's not where you get a major reversal to the upside again. Normally, okay? This market is everything but normal. Normally an asset will hit that, maybe bounce for a little bit, make a lower high, and then sell off again, and eventually you'd see between the 618 and the 382 fib node. You know, this is the zone, the golden zone we call it, and you know this to ad nauseum if you watch the stream, or you watch my Fibonacci static video, which you should all watch. But if you pivot here at a not common reversal area, and this negative momentum starts waning, you could already start getting hidden bullish divergence on the daily. How insane would that be? So we got 2 hours 45 minutes until the closing bell, but no Black Monday at all, and it's almost like you could feel it because of how bearish everyone and their grandmother was. Where it's like, dude, those days, it's not gonna go the way you might think it's gonna go. Bizico, you watched the Fibonacci video today twice? Dang, dude. Thank you for allotting me, 32 minutes of your time? Because it's a 16-minute video. Very good. Yeah, the video, I think I set it up to where you can just go to my channel and it should pop up now. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong. We'll see, I can post the link anyway. Yeah, and maybe it doesn't show up. I don't know. But it's cool though, because you know what? This video, believe it or not, I know it's sad, right? This guy, he streams, he's a YouTuber, but this is my only static video. You hear me? My only static video with 10,000 views. So, embarrassing stat, but I'm just saying, I have live streams with 46,000 views, but I'm talking a video that was created to be static and to be reviewed over and over and over again.
China to me, China.
Check out 4 hours SPX 14 minutes. We could start hit bull.
Yep. Yes, we could. We certainly could. So it's like, if you start getting follow through price action, but again, this 4 hour closes in 14 minutes, right? You could easily see us sell off to test 3020 again, which is fine. As long as you stay above that, you're good. But he's just talking about your previous discernible swing low, which was right here, it looks like from May 13th, May 14th. And you're making higher levels of negative momentum. And this is that textbook, hidden bullish divergence in development right now. Good Lord. And be on both oscillators. Zero Too Cool, thanks for the £2 super chat. All right, man. Yeah, I remember you said that before. Are you okay, dude? Are you a robot? I think that was your exact same TTS from a couple days ago. Thanks, dude.
Just supporting your stream. 1.294800000 link.
Modern Codes, thank you for the $5 worth of link. Crypto Contribution Connect. Thank you, man. Adding to the bags. 3,050 right now. Certainly session highs. Getting further and further away from that 3,020 critical area. Bitcoin 9,361. Altcoins still wrecked, man. All right, it's still hit hard. Bitcoin's up on the day a little bit, like $37, but altcoins, Ethereum's down 1.5%. Everything is down except Zcash. And Maker, I guess. I don't even know, man. About Maker's $517, so it's not really up, dude. That thing was at much higher prices this weekend. So, yeah, everything's struggling. Bitcoin's the only crypto, at least on my watch list, says Zcash in the green, miraculously, man. You hear those birds? I think we've heard these birds before, chat. So good eye, fish head dudes. Hidden bullish divergence, connect. After a 23% retrace and testing the 200-day moving average. Let's see how it lasts, right? Again, the target's 3150, but really, the more serious target is the gap fill at 3185, man. And then above that's 33, 33, 33. Repeating, of course. Gap fills in red always. Teal trend lines on the oscillators, always hidden divergence. The green is always classic divergence. Okay. I try to make the red a different shade too, but that one's less, I don't know, it's more difficult for me with the colors because you might not even be able to tell the different shades of red if I do it for hidden bearish divergence or something. Alright, let's look at, you know, we're looking at the Triforce here, the S&P, Bitcoin, and now gold. Huge, bullish, engulfing candle. Wow. Jeffy, are you out there, man? Well, this is nice. We got a huge red candle, and now we have a rejection candle to the upside. And at the same time, this is what's giving us. And it's just bullish convergence at this point, which happens. A low on price, a higher low on price with lower levels of negative momentum and higher levels of relative strength. Right? It's just convergence. But still, you gotta like how it came down to the demand line. Right? Came down to a low that was very similar to the low from May 27th. We have ourselves a neckline, and this could be the idea we were talking about, right? Or maybe, just maybe, this pattern, think about it, man. Long-term uptrend for a year, like 2 years, long-term uptrends. You're now painting this pattern. You're above all your critical supports. And the next target's the neckline, like 1740 again, 1745 again. What was this changing? Am I crazy? I don't even know what I was just doing right there. But yeah, I mean, maybe we're painting a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern. And this could be huge. I mean, this pattern, the structure is so large that, like, if gold is to continue its uptrend, we're talking about 100% measured move, man. And it actually played out all the way. You'd be in crazy world, okay? You'd have broken this. Above this is stupid, right? There's nothing above you till like 2K or 19 something. So, man, there's a lot of resistance out there, but 100% measured move of the structure that is in development right now, a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern. That 100% measured move is 1818. For Goldman, maybe? Yeah, anyone? Bueller? Well, that worked out too perfectly. Gold, man, it's like, it's so weird, man. We talked about it before, where Bitcoin has been syncing up and unsyncing up from Bitcoin or from gold and the equities market, and it seems like if gold's any indicator of where Bitcoin's going, this could be very good, man. Dude, this is so good on gold. You understand, right? Like holding this above these February and March targets, you know, these support resistance areas. I mean, like, you know, you see the price action correlation. You fell below it, and you've now sprung, and you're technically like back testing the spring from March 9th. And the thing is, you're back inside the structure too, the demand line that's all broken now. It's all busted up, right? Especially after all this fake out. It's like, is it even really valid now? I don't know. But what is real? What is real right now is you're now making a higher low than your June 7th low. Very, very good. And hopefully this engulfing candle confirms that, right? I mean, big red candle and then extreme tweezer bottom rejection, bullish engulfing candle back above the 200 booming average, right? So it's good that we spent a little time on this. I like it, man. Give me a sec. All right, let's I know people probably got questions about AMD, at least some patrons, right? Well, you're okay, man. Everything's okay. Like, you got to let the dust settle somewhat. You really need the S&P, right? Which AMD is on the S&P 500. You really want that to hold above 3020 for an extended amount of time, because that's going to leave AMD with the power to run up again. And I think we very well could have ourselves a textbook couple with handle men, right? We so rarely get actual unironic couple with handles men. So yeah, I mean, just last week we ran up to test that neckline again, or yeah, I mean, and then it failed, like double tweezer top, I guess, kind of. It was just multiple rejection candles, and we sold off. But hopefully at this point, I mean, it's real. We're still making a higher low. Look, a low, the lower low. It's technically a higher low, even though it's about the same with the wick. With the candle close, it is higher. And now you're making hopefully higher lows. We pivot here and run back up to test it. And then if you ever break the neckline around $57, you could moon, because there's nothing looking left. You're at all-time highs and all that. Previous all-time highs was like 48.51 from the year 1999-2000. So pray for the macro, and your dreams will come true on AMD. All right. Yeah, Dow Jones in the same situation, where it's, I don't know, it's a little bit different because there's so much resistance above you on the Dow Jones. Like 26,639, big one. I mean, there's the mini ones too.
Mitch, I just bought some Kyber, KNC, and some Elrond, E.R.D. A sneak peek at either or, both maybe, PLS.
Oh, my bad, dude. Sorry about that. Thanks for the 5 super chat, Muddy. Yeah, I can't even remember which one we've been looking at. I mean, it looks like we were looking at this one at some point. I know there's probably not that much data. But, you know, it was like the accumulation and then the acceleration of accumulation consecutive. Like, you kept legging up, right? And you had a sell wall, and then you broke it, and then there were these overhead resistances that you broke. You broke all of them. Now you're in no man's land on Coinbase. And there was certainly here. I mean, like, you know, it's hard to argue. I mean, but the thing is, how did you know the low was in? It was tough, man. There was a bullish pin bar, and now a bullish engulfing candle. But yeah, you know, the Bitcoin's testing that old demand line as resistance now. I mean, that's not going to be good for this KNC to US dollar pair, but you can't say that there wasn't this going on big time in the end. Like, if you, that's what, how do I know Divergence is playing out? Well, remember, we always look for a bullish reversal Japanese candlestick. That's normally like what gives you the confidence to believe that this is how the divergence is going to mature and the beginning of the new wave, right? That bullish candle, right? Bitcoin received a bullish engulfing candle. This one happened to receive, it seems like, a bullish pin bar, and now a bullish engulfing, but you know, higher low, but you're not making higher highs yet. So it seems just more like maybe price contraction is about as good as it gets. So now you've created a new potential demand line down here, right? I don't even know, man. The wick, do we use the wick? If you use the wick, it's like, maybe you've broken out or not. Adjusting, you would have false broken out, you're false breaking out again. It's not, don't even know that wick would be good. Maybe it would be good to just not use it. So what is that? You hadn't broken out and you got price contraction. Okay, great. So you picked up more Kyber for what reason? Was there, was there real value, or you just think it's gonna moon? I mean, it ran up. I think it hit the 1414. Oh no, my God! It hit the 1618. It hit the gold mean ratio. These are profit taking levels. So yeah, I mean, like, okay, if it actually broke out to the upside, if you're asking, it's like these are way less powerful of trades. You know, continuation patterns are just not, I don't think they're as strong trades as reversal trades, right? You seldom get like divergence when you've already run up like this, when you're already much higher, you're hitting golden mean ratios and stuff on fibs. I mean, like, I would think if you broke out, the target would probably be 145. You probably, like, equitable, you know, for the trade to be equitable, I don't know how you would settle for, you know, just selling at 133 when it's at 117. Is that enough profit? You know, it's for it to be worth you taking a risk with a stop loss below it? Probably not, you know, it'd be 1 to 1 or less. So I guess your first target might be 145, the wick. And if you broke that high to low target, your next target after breaking the 100% would be 157, then 163, and then the golden mean ratio in the short term is 173. So good luck on that. I don't know, man. Like, you know, it's nice hidden divergence on the oscillators. Sure, high or low, very good. So impending price action, continuation to the upside. You're getting it a little bit, but it hasn't even really started. I mean, if this is real as F, then you should see higher prices. But guess what, man? This is the US dollar pair, so it is certainly tied to Bitcoin's performance. So, I mean, if Bitcoin, again, starts selling off, this has no chance. It's going to go down and test the previous supports. Support, right? All of them marked. 84, 88, 96 cents. All right, great. Wow. Ooh. Well, we got a new 4-hour candle on the S&P 500, so yeah, I mean, like, of course, things happen. You know, price action can shift when a new candle's born. And I would say it's complete fake news to say that the S&P, I mean, it just went red. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's up 0% on the day. Like, right? It is exactly where it opened today. So, and even if it goes red a little bit, it's like, we just talked about on the 4-hour close, what could happen next is the back test at 3020 is very real possibility. I don't think that's crazy at all. You just sprung. That's a literal spring, the price action you received. And now maybe we could back test the spring at 3020 and confirm that support before running again. What's up, David Boyd? Poker Wookie, Cosmic Elf, good to see y'all. Mr. Giggity. Yeah, I like Square, dude. Square had its major breakout. I mean, I'm sure things got scuffed last week, but man, it'd been doing very well. It's still a breakout. It's still at its breakout point. And on the 4-hour, look at this. You want to see some real as F hidden bullish divergence? Look no further than Square on the 4-hour. Wow, Fishhead, you seeing this, man? Gorgeous, right? 8264, Mr. Giggity, Mr. Newer Sub. That's a real area. That's a super area. Look at this. Major reversal area over and over and over throughout history. November 2018, February 2019, July 2019, up thrusted February before Corona. And here we are again. We're above it, man. Very good. This is actually an ascending triangle before the freaking Corona. And I think it's just kind of whipsawing on the breakout, and now it's back in, and it's now broken that supply line or that sell wall, and it's doing very well. And it's the gap, the target. There's a gap up at 94.30. It's there. You can barely. I guess we have to zoom in so you can see it. You know, the wicks right here, man. Like that. That's the gap fill, and you're almost there, man. You're very, very close. Remember this gap back here, that fill, that was a target trade setup. So very good target, about $4 away. Above the gap fill is 101.28, all-time highs back from September of 2018. That is confluent with the 1272 fib extension from your previous high to low. Very good. That's definitely a strong resistance. Could be an area where people take profit, but if you break that, man, all-time highs, moon, all right, blue sky. And I was just talking about this, man, on the weekly. This is the way I had it before. Again, before Corona, it was like this, right? Think about the sell wall, but then think about this right here. It reminds me so much of Amazon. So much Amazon, because Amazon was painting kind of the same thing, and then Corona screwed it up. Well, Amazon didn't look like this, though. It never got that deep below that demand line. So good. I mean, look at this. You had dark cloud cover kind of reversal candle, and now, like, if you keep any kind of price action up like this throughout the week, then you could engulf the previous candle. Wow. FinTech Connect. Let's go. Payment processors. Here's the gap. You can even see the gap count on the weekly. Huh. I mean, I guess you could try to argue and say the RSI on the weekly showing bearish divergence. What if it keeps climbing? There's no hidden bearish divergence on the MACD. Donkey Kong is up 10% today. Just kidding, DraftKings. I mean, hey man, hidden bullish divergence. Cubs, it sounds like you're applying technical analysis, maybe, and it's benefiting you. And that's what this stream's all about, right, man? So my opinion on what you've just said is that's wonderful, dude. All right. But yeah, I'm sure you're asking my opinion on Donkey Kong itself, which I don't really care. It's got such little data. It's parabolic. There's no structure really. It's just like, yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful hidden divergence. We're looking at some log scale, right? Yeah, it's so stupid. You want to look at it in log. It had a channel. I think it broke out of the channel a little bit. But yeah, look at the hidden divergence on the 4-hour for Cubs that he identified. Cubs, I believe, is also a patron. That's wonderful, man. Impending price action continuation to the upside. Bam! At least one green candle, right? Let's see how that goes. Flag, I mean, impulse up, down sloping consolidation. That is a bullish consolidation. And you're rallying, but, you know, wait till 44.58. Okay, you gotta break that. That's big time. Now on log scale, from our previous major high to low, the last one that was you were able to identify really or discern, the 2618 fib extension in log scale is 51.62. So if you do break 44.60 or whatever, at least you got a target, which is the, again, 2618, a very deep fib node, 51.62. If it broke that, I mean, you know, whatever. You start getting into deep fib node territory. 2618 to the 3618, 94.28. What? Crazy. Can failed. Yep. It sucks, Jacob, man. But you can't say it wasn't at a lower risk area. Yeah, space fibs. Alright, it's like, can you hear me up here at the 2618 fib extension, man?
Yeah, man, Houston. Come in, Bedmoon boy. Move to out in space. And radio wave. Thanks so much.
Short opportunity on BLNK. 4 hours / daily NACD some RSI 2. Appreciate you, man.
What's up, Grub Dude? Thanks for the 3s. Blink Charging Company. Oh, Blink 182. Well, very illiquid asset. Blink. That was the... I can't remember if Blink 182 or Incubus was my first concert that I ever went to. Is this what you're talking about? Blink Charging Company? God. What is this crap? It's terrible. It's up 4.89%. You're thinking it's maybe a good short opportunity. Man, what a base. What a base of support down here, right? I don't know. I mean, when there's an ice line like that, let me think. And probably a supply line too. So what if it has higher to run though, you know? All right, what if it runs all the way up to this? It looks like supply line 288. Just a green candle on the weekly. You know, whatever. Who cares about the weekly, right? For now. God. Hold on. So I don't know, man. It's above the 200-day moving average. Let me see. I'd go into my exactly what you said. Four-hour daily MACD RSI 2. Well, the 4-hour I see certainly no real. I don't think that's divergence, or I don't think this is clear, discernible, classic bearish divergence. Not right now. No. I mean, it just looks like, look, man, you had a high on price. Your previous high was here from May 12th. You now have a higher high. You only have higher levels of positive momentum. You only have higher levels of relative strength. And up here, I don't. There's no separation. Right? It's like, you know, the MACD histogram can really set you free on the RSI. It can really help you. I mean, because it's like, was there a separation of histogram islands? No, you would need to lose all this, go negative, and then run up one more time, and then make a lower histogram island, the previous one, to really show some good divergence. I don't think you have it yet. Though, of course, it could sell off. Of course. And you think about, if we're just talking wave analysis harmonics, I mean, the 886 would be this situation, right? And you're not there yet either, are you? So 886 is just slightly above that demand line. So, all right, 886 up here, PCZ, maybe of a bat. And you'd say probably, hey, why would we never get to the 886? Because the supply line looms, and so that's 296. So I don't know if it's a good shorting opportunity right now, because the daily isn't showing you any classic, real, discernible bearish divergence. But hey, man, if the macro starts dumping really bad, we fall below 3020, anything's possible, right? Everything's probably a good shorting opportunity if that happens, right? Whew. Cubs, that's wonderful, man. Good to hear, buy win. So we got a lot of, it looks like we got a lot of lurkers today, but I know it's dang, dude, I'm definitely shadow banned. Maybe I shouldn't even have gone live, right? Because what's the point when that happens to you every time? There's always adversity. All right, here's Ethereum that is still down 1.37%, $228. It's recovered a little bit off its lows. But at $218, it's back tested for now, a support from April 29th. You had to do that. It's good that it looks like you're holding for now, but you know, just think about it. Bitcoin rallied, alts didn't do much of anything. So if Bitcoin starts reversing the downside again, these alts are screwed. They're ruined. They're done for. But only after, at least on Ethereum, you tested the major supply line back from June 26, 2019 before failing, right, and reversing. Here's your 4-hour for your uptrend that you did fall out. You really did fall out of this. And you're right back in it, but barely. After testing the 400 moving average, right, on this low and then the slightly lower low, we got ourselves some nice classic bullish divergence. At least on the 4-hour. You didn't get the same luxury as Bitcoin on the RSI, where it was in fact hidden, or sorry, it was just bearish convergence. You made a low on price and you made lower levels of relative strength. That's, you know, at least you had the MACD, and that has helped pivot to this asset. We got a bullish engulfing candle on the last on the last candle. And so now you're trying to rally here. We'll see. I mean, it's on Bitcoin, man. Like, I feel, you know, it's like, wow, Ethereum's vastly underperforming Bitcoin today. And many other alts are too. That's kind of weird. You know, normally they kind of follow Bitcoin. They should all be back to neutral, I guess, but they aren't. Raj, are you not a lurker? That's literally the only thing you've said the entire stream, right? So how is that not lurking? That's definitive. So hanging on by a thread, man, on this asset, Ethereum. And Bitcoin is hanging on by a thread too. But dude, you gotta really think about if we're in a real uptrend here, man. If gold is gonna actually recover and go to moon like it looks like it could, and Bitcoin's actually gonna do something similar because of what it is, you just gotta think a double bottom off a major, pretty decently sized bullish Gartley. That could be really good, man. All right. We haven't even gone green yet on the momentum. You're praying for some nice price action, some good bids, and you know, that would bamboozle everyone, right? It's like rising wedge breakout, but all of a sudden, immediate bullish price action as soon as any sort of bullish indication appears, right, on the oscillators. What think about
China
it?
to me.
Bear flag.
China.
What you think about Q?
Katera. Thank you for the 3 super chat, Fishhead. I mean, is it 3 rising valleys? I mean, or bear flag? Ugh, dang, man. I guess it depends on the macro, right? Nice engulfing candle today. It's worth a shot, right? I guess. If you think the money printer and the economy is not going to collapse again, then you probably got a good shot, right? If you think the economy is going to collapse and we're screwed, well, then you can place your bet to the downside saying it's a bear flag. But the peak, I mean, after the third, this is the peak here. This last one was, you know, the failed breakout. It's like space in a way. This is definitely like space, Fishhead. Don't you agree? Where space was showing the same thing. It ran up, tested the confirmation line, and failed, and then dumped, right? So, but hey, the good news is what's happening, right? All right, maybe we're screwed. Maybe it's all over. But the thing that's happening now is you have a consecutive higher low. You have one more. You now have 4 rising valleys, which that's accumulation. That you get accumulation in bear trends. You truly do. And that's what happens. That's exactly what a bear flag is. It's forms of accumulation, but very weak accumulation before you dump again. And then look at the hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour. God, right? A low on price, a higher low, higher levels, negative momentum. Dude, what the heck? I mean, it's like, yeah, dude. Hidden on the daily as well. Well, dang, dude. But like, this is what you're seeing. So you could also look at it like a flag, right? Where you've got a demand line that you're holding, and then boom. So upside potential could take you all the way to 1851. Not going to give you 100% measure move of this structure, that's for sure. Gap fill way up at like $22. So that would definitely be a target if this was to actually really break out. Now we look left. We see that good, you're above this ice line again. 2016 lows. That's where it's reversing. So this isn't as bad as a lot of other assets we've seen. It's up 6% today. Okay, it's like medical specialties. Well, if it's going to recover, man, you think about a gap fill there. Okay, you think about is it a flag? Yeah, could definitely be bear flag. But man, what such a disgusting dump with where we're pivoting off of, January of last year's lows. We're above that, man. We're above 1251. You get that, right? And it looks like we went down to back test that spring, right? You sprung, you're back testing the spring now. Very good price action, at least for now. All right. So forget about the channel for a minute and just think about retraces. All right. If this thing's gonna actually make a common retrace in time, 2061 to 2766.
Peak at LTO/USDT, Binance, and ERD/USDT, Binance. I have spotted a few things I would call bullish but want a fresh opinion. Smile, 0.46042510 LTC.
Artsy, man, thank you for the Litecoin contribution, dude. And yeah, we'll look at it, man. Thank you, dude. Very cool. Crypto contribution connect. Yes. So like, if there's a gap fill here, it's in the golden zone, adequate targets, right? All adequate targets up there. That's where it could go in time, right? But you got to break the confirmation line, and the macro can't be bearish. Otherwise, you're screwed, all right? What was it? LTO. Just a random S coin. I don't know, dude. It's in an uptrend for sure, like all the other altcoins. Yeah, Divergence bouncing on the 4 hour. Alright, dude, this looks like so many others. We could probably have a really nice channel plotted or something. Oh, there you go. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 1 on the top, and then you got another perfect touch on the top, June 10th. Jeez. Before selling off, and now you're showing, similar stuff to Bitcoin, really, right? A low on price, a rally like Bitcoin, and he sold off, and you're just making, it's like not quite separation, but that's good enough, man. That's pretty freaking good to say that that's classic bullish divergence going on. Sure. At least on the MACD, didn't get it on the RSI at all. So in the uptrend, how deep will we retrace? Probably 50% from that previous high, which is common. Oh, you almost hit the 618. So you almost hit the 618 and reversed, but now you're showing maybe a little bit of seller exhaustion. So it's, maybe there's some impending price action versus the upside. And if that's the case, then here's the breakout point, and it's like you're right at it. You're trying to break out. I mean, I would say there's a supply line right there. Breaking that, you'd think that the target on this would be, I'm just looking at this like I'd look at anything. I don't really care what it is. You'd think the target is minimum back to 5.3 cents, and then secondary target on this would be at the 786, which is the cipher too, bearish cipher target. But it's an uptrend, so next target is 5.6 cents. Yeah, we're talking in pennies here, whatever. You wanted a penny coin, looking at it. So if this would breakout was confirmed or real, which it's not broken out, it's weird. It's not really doing anything yet. These are your targets just for the short term, right? Sizing up X, A, B, C, D, dragon-esque behavior on a lot of these coins because Bitcoin's doing it, right? All right, mate. Been live for 1 hour. Thanks for the people that are here watching, man. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. It's just, I don't know. Just wanted to go live, not at the regular time because stuff's going on, man, on the markets. It's not really that crazy, man. At all.
Hope you had good weekend, man. Mind taking a look at V&Q. Appreciate it.
V&Q? Yeah, we can look at that. Thank you, man. Dude, you wanna see some craziness? Look at this real quick, alright? That's so cool, right? I mean, like, everything turns into another wave. Right? Like, the bullish butterfly, and then the bearish butterfly, the bearish bat, the bearish shark, and now the bullish Gartley. Dang, man. And I get it right here. It's a little off, you know, using the actual wick here. But, I mean, this is like where traders settled up at 113% retrace. Using common sense here, man. Not getting engulfed by the insane volatility fake out, you know. So, you gotta admire harmonics, man. This is why our community is called House Harmonic. Because we curate the education on this stuff. These are ancient patterns that we are making new again. Oh, real estate. My God, I haven't looked at this in a million years, maybe. But I've looked at it. You can tell I haven't looked at it in eons because of the purple lines. I changed that a long time ago. So I guess it's up today a little bit, you know, with the macro gap fill on this ETF at 83.17. Could easily see that if the market continues its uptrend. Hidden bullish divergence. I mean, it's like the index funds. My God, look. Low in price, higher lows developing, maturing. All right, impending price action continuation to the upside is what is being implied right here, at least on the MACD. So good. Bullish convergence on the RSI. So we got a channel here, or do we just have, if you're gonna look at a channel, it's like this. Easy, very easy little channel. You're uptrend, so, yeah, you got resistance at 80, like big resistance. Look at this, man. How are you gonna break that 86.07? That's exactly where you reversed. Stupid levels of resistance up there. So ever breaking that, you're gonna go to 92, 96. But it's good. It's a huge range, right? And you fell out of the range, but you're back in the range. Very good. So now you've just got to face the inner resistances of this range. And the big one, I guess, is 86. After that, 92, 91. All right. And your demand line is around 75, 77. So if the market starts crapping out again, I mean, at least you got that demand line, and you also have the bottom of the range that could be always tested again. And that's at 71 or right around $72. Okay, so that divergence is good, very good. Now daily though, I don't know. Hold on, old stuff, man. I mean, you had some bearish divergence a little bit. I don't even know, man. You definitely could have had some divergence, and it played out. Look, right at the 200-day moving average, at that critical resistance. How are you going to break that, man? Whoa. That's cool. So you gap down, and now you're trying to rally. Today you have your first level negative momentum since May 20th. So about a month, 25 days. You've reset your oscillators. Your RSI is neutral, 54.82, and then you go to the 4 hour that kind of gives you an edge and says that the next move kind of would be up for at least a gap fill. It's very possible, but again, the Rubik's Cube always is going to be, you know, the macro, right? The S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, what are they doing? And look at this LTO crap, right? At a supply line, and right now it's so illiquid, so you don't even know, but it has rejected it for now, until it breaks it again, all right? So that is the power of the geometrical trend lines. Sell orders here. But if you break it, you could go to the promised land because that's how it works. You're about to go green. You haven't seen positive momentum on LTO since 5 days ago, right? So that, you know, that's going to happen. If this kind of divergence is going to manifest into positive momentum again, you would see probably higher prices. But it doesn't matter because of Bitcoin. So we're holding on, but we're only testing the old demand line as a supply line for now. All right. You break that, good things could come, good things could happen. But you haven't yet. Then you got to get above the 200 moving average. Then the previous little local high from June 12th, right? From 3 days ago, where we rounded out this whole weekend. You'd have to break that. But then we know the cipher is kind of the next thing in the mix, right? Next pattern in the mix. Need a cipher next? Well, that's in development cat today, right? If we're lucky. I don't know. I would prefer it be a shark. That means it would be going to like 99.50. And then we could turn that into a bullish 5.0. So that's it. We've looked at, looking at the markets, seeing the S&P, gold, Bitcoin, individual assets. 93.75, 93.80 right now, and gold is going again, man. That it's like at its highest point on the new 4-hour candle, after the bullish engulfing rejection candle. This is huge on gold, chat. This is huge. We were counted out. I mean, you know, you have to say like, oh, we broke the pattern, but man, you pivoted, you broke back into it. We got new data. And now we got this bullish reversal pattern in development that's very, very large pattern that 100% measured move of this at one point will put you at 1818. Gold. Yep, gold moving 1726. Remember 1776 by July 4th. That's reaching. It could take a lot longer to get there if it's going to. Honey Badger, you love the crappiest S coins, man. You love them. Dude, I mean, who even wants to look at crap like this? Look at this chart. I mean, it's terrible. It had volatility, and look, it's like a bankrupt stock. But yeah, congratulations. It's trying to get back above the 200-day moving average now. That's great, man. Yeah, I think you are talking about your wedge or something. I don't even know, man. It was like ice line, you're back above it from that low. You ran up to this high right here, so that'd be the trading range, and you're just in a little bit higher than the middle of it. So I think your target would be 1677 if it continued to rise. Not really showing any kind of divergence or anything, so it could keep going if Bitcoin wants to rally. But it's the BTC bear, so I don't know really the correlation with if Bitcoin pumps. I mean, BTC bears could get wrecked. I don't know. But if you're talking about trading range, 1677 is the target. After that, chances are it would reverse. But if it broke it, you know, it could literally moon. But that's a big if, man. We don't know. All right. So yeah, I mean, you can look at it all you want, like a structure, a breakout, but nothing matters until you break 1677. As you've seen, we failed every single time to break it. Every single effing time. So yeah, sure. Down sloping resistance of a scam wick. Broken, who cares? It's a scam wick. Like, it's an illiquid S coin, whatever. Nah, there was no classic divergence on gold on the reversal. There was only convergence, bullish. That's okay, right? You're not always going to get bullish divergence on reversals, especially on something like an inverse head and shoulders. All right, because if anything, you would maybe sometimes get hidden bullish divergence on the right shoulder, but it's like impossible to get classic bullish divergence on an inverse head and shoulders because it's a higher low than the previous low. So you can only be hoping for this negative island, histogram island, to be higher than the previous one. That'd be impending price action continuation the upside. But you didn't, right? The reversal came because there was just too much support looking left. And it's far too bullish right now, it seems. Right? So there was no classic bullish divergence. No. And that happens. 93.90 on Bitcoin. Right at that breaking supply line, man. Wants it, doesn't it? Hello. There's not enough chat to engage with y'all, so it's like I'm doing a static video right now, but I'm live. But I reap no benefits of my channel growing. Alright, I guess I'm done. Thanks for coming out. I guess I'll be back later. Maybe not. Maybe I won't be back later. Alright. You got me today, so you can't complain. Till next time. Respect the T. A.